Today we are going to be discussing on the largest issue that is currently going on in the WNBA. It's never a good idea to try. Angel Reese, a basketball player, and Jason Whitlock found this out the hard way.
Think Angel Reese has no case, or is she closing the gap?
However, for all the attention that Reese is garnering, Caitlin Clark just made a move that is set to change the game, and everyone's talking about it.
Caitlin Clark just be a unanimous choice as Rookie of the Year.
Well, then let me ask this. So where do you stand on this? Should Jason Whitlock be admonishing Angel Reese? Or is there some truth to what he is saying? But what about Caitlin Clark? Are the numbers up-to-date evidence that she is the next WNBA superstar, or there is more to it? Come on, let us take a closer look at what is going on here. This is not just a basketball issue. The Angel Reese's story is one of the struggles, fighting through the obstacles, and proving to the world that she is not only here to take the place, but to conquer.
Buried Angel Reese in Chicago last Friday. The fever blew out the sky.
On the other hand, Caitlin Clark, a freshman, has been a revelation, setting numerous records, coming up with terrific performances, and becoming an overnight star.
Clark posted 31 points and 12 assists in a 19-point victory.
Each of these women have revolutionized the WNBA, but the media portrays them in very different ways.
The game to a round of applause and then sat and watched Sleazy Reese.
So here is what we would like to ask you. Do you feel that Angel and Caitlin are getting a fair treatment from the media? Or are there some double standards? The WNBA is getting more interesting, and the following is one of the factors that contribute to this. The growing rivalry between Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, two of the top players in the game. It is not just another rivalry that we are talking about here. There was a major shift in events when Jason Whitlock, a popular sports writer, made a very unpopular opinion about Angel Reese.
Angel Reese is nothing. They're quitting.
This led to Whitlock to blast Reese, and as usual, there was an uproar on social media platforms. People had their overwhelming preferences, and some of the players, such as Reese, did not take it kindly. Specifically, Angel didn't retreat. Instead, she counterattacked via interviews to support her working results, and, to be honest, she had every right to do so. She said, "Look at the figures. They don't lie." However, this is not merely the question of statistics, because narratives are the main determinants of perception. Angel Reese is a great example, and Black women athletes have been subject to such criticism in the past. Whitlock's criticism has to be placed in the context of athletes of color being held to a different standard than white athletes. We have witnessed this with Serena Williams, and now it is going to happen in women's basketball. Hence, what is the cause of this hostility? It is not only the issues that happen on the field, but the way the media, fans, and even other players treat them. Angel Reese's answer was not just to stop the other team, it was to declare herself and shut everyone up. Please, let's be honest, her numbers do support that. But when it comes to the WNBA, it is impossible not to mention Caitlin Clark while people pay attention to Angel Reese's intense reactions. He has been amazing, an absolute game changer. If you are not familiar with her name yet, then be prepared to hear it more often. Clark is destroying records and breaking expectations on what can be achieved in the WNBA's future.
Third worst record in the WNBA. The Fever currently stand at 17-16, 7 games to play. They're the hottest team in the league since the Olympic break. They can win it all this season if, and only if, Caitlin Clark continues to elevate her efficiency and basketball IQ.
Her marksmanship, as well as her long-range three-pointers, and her incredible understanding of the game, has made her be likened to Steph Curry. Caitlin Clark is slowly but surely changing the way fans and opponents view the game as she plays one game at a time in the WNBA. She has great court vision, and let's not underestimate her as a leader. She is dragging her team in ways that haven't been witnessed for the past seasons, now that legends like Sue Bird are no longer in the field. In fact, Caitlin's influence is not only reflected in the game, but also has become an attraction that brings in more and more spectators to the games. Let's talk about real game-changing influence. People are paying to watch her play in stadiums. And Clark is in the news for all the right reasons. She has some of the best temperaments, skills, and leadership qualities that have seen her become one of the most popular athletes in the game. Although her rivalry with Reese creates controversy, she is virtually on top of her game, and she is adding more value to the league. And this is not about numbers. Clark is bringing in new fans to the WNBA, something that has not been done before.
Caitlin, you got to keep your focus. You got to value each possession. You can't play loose.
However, let's take a step back and have a look at the bigger picture. This is not only the battle between Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark on the court, but it is a battle between black and white. Why does the press portray two of the most talented women's basketball players so differently? The media and the people's attitude towards these two players bring out a number of aspects of the society. For instance, Angel Reese, a black woman in sports, is a force to reckon with on the field. She's able to play with so much confidence and spice. Unfortunately, assertive black athletes are often deemed too aggressive or unlikable, and this is exactly what has happened with her. On the other hand, Caitlin Clark, a white athlete, is encouraged by her competitive spirit. This comparison of two different shows reveals how much the society discriminates athletes depending on the color of their skin. But here's the thing. It is important, however, to note that both Reese and Clark are pioneers in their own respect. They are breaking boundaries and paving the world for women's sports in a new generation where, despite the criticism, it is okay to be yourself. So let's turn to the numbers. Because while they are impressive, do they paint the full picture? Reese's double-double streak is phenomenal and has been described as the best in the history of the WNBA, but there are those who have asked whether statistics alone can determine the value of a player. Some have noted, for instance, that too much emphasis is being placed on Reese's turnovers and the state of her team to other significant players. However, numbers are also being generated by Clark, and they are also getting headlines, but are they hiding the true picture of the team? It's easy to get caught up in numbers, but we have to ask, just how much do the stats reveal? These debates will only become more frequent in a game in which team chemistry, leadership, and other such factors play as big a role as points and rebounds. What we can know is that both players are posting numbers that are redefining the WNBA, even if it is being criticized. Finally, what does all this imply about the future of the WNBA? To be quite honest, the league's future has never been so bright, and that is mainly due to players like Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. These two have added new supporters, the media, and attention to women's basketball. Currently, the WNBA is at a crossroads. Accepting the different and unique play and personality of stars like Reese and Clark is very crucial for the league. We have filled stadiums, increased television audience, and more companies willing to associate with the game because these athletes are changing the face of the game. Whether you are on the Reese's side when it comes to her aggression on the court or Clark's shot, it cannot be denied that the WNBA is growing. These women are in the future, and the future has come. Therefore, it is advisable that if you are not following the WNBA, this is the right time to start doing so. Well, so what do you think? So, who do you think will be the winner in this much-awaited face-off? Which side are you on? Reese Witherspoon or Clark? Don't hesitate to share your opinions in the comment section below, and let's start the discussion. And hey, if you liked this analysis, do not forget to clap that like button and subscribe for more content like this. And as usual, we have all the latest on WNBA drama, news, and analysis right here for you. That will be all from this one. See you in the next one.